This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, ho there, it's Jeff Cutastrophe. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for February the 4th is a man who actually won 11 world titles in 6 weight classes. Can you believe it? 6 weight classes. He was huge. He boxed from 92 to 2008. And he actually represented the U.S. at the 92 Summer Olympics, winning the gold medal in the lightweight division. This guy was named Fighter of the Year in 95, top rated fighter pound for pound in 97 and 98, getting a lot of income, over $700 million, allegedly. He founded Golden Boy Promotions in 2002 and became the first American of Mexican descent to own a national boxing promotional firm. He would promote MMA matches, especially with Chocolatito and Tito Ortiz. And he is American-Mexican dual citizen. His name, Oscar de la Hoya. So, his parents emigrated from Mexico to the United States before he was born. He was born in East Los Angeles, California, into a boxing family. His father, Joel Sr., actually was a professional boxer. So was Joel Jr., his brother. De La Hoya won the national championship at featherweight and actually won the gold medal at the Goodwill Games. Unfortunately, his mother died of breast cancer. But she expressed the hope that her son one day would be an Olympic gold medalist. And De La Hoya turned his mother's dream into a focus for his training. He took care of Julio Gonzalez of Mexico in an upset, they called it. He beat the German Marco Rudolph to win the gold medal in the lightweight division. He was named the Golden Boy, and De La Hoya and his siblings opened up the Cecilia Gonzalez de la Hoya Cancer Center. So he did well. He decided to be a professional, and at super featherweight, he got a TKO victory. He was supposed to fight a giant fight on ESPN's Thursday Night Fights in New York City against Jesus Fidel Concepcion, but he had to pull out due to a wrist injury. And some found it very suspicious and all that. And he had an old ligament injury. But he won his first world title at age 20, stopping Jimmy Bradall in the 10th round to win the WBO super featherweight title. And then he went up to lightweight to win the vacant WBO lightweight title over Jorge Paez. And took down John Molina. So anyway, De La Hoya would face the IBF lightweight champion, Rafael Ruiz, in a unification bout. De La Hoya did his job. De La Hoya refused to fight Miguel Julio for the IBF strap, so he relinquished it, but defended the WBO title against Gennaro Hernandez. And he beat Jesse James Lehia at Madison Square Garden. He went up to welterweight and took on the Mexican legend Julio Cesar Chavez, who was 96-1-1 for the lineal light welterweight championship. De La Hoya TKO'd his idol, Cesar Chavez. Chavez had several bad cuts above the eye. Until the rematch, Chavez stated that De La Hoya did not defeat him since the fight was stopped. But De La Hoya, I believe, beat him, I don't remember. But anyway, De La Hoya made a big splash, beating the 41-0 Miguel Angel Gonzalez. De La Hoya then went up to welterweight to fight Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker. It was a tight match. De La Hoya did win the unanimous decision. It was named pound for pound. De La Hoya then beat Hector Macho Camacho by unanimous decision, September 97. And in 98, De La Hoya fought Julio Chavez in a rematch and took him down by TKO. Then De La Hoya took on Felix Trinidad. After 7 defenses of his linear welterweight titles, he would fight Felix Trinidad, one of the biggest pay-per-view events in history, setting a money record for a non-heavyweight match. Trinidad was given a majority decision, and the scorecards came under question and all that. A lot of people actually said that De La Hoya shut down his offense too late, too early, like in the end of it. He gave up the last few rounds, which led to Trinidad winning. However, De La Hoya took on Shane Mosley for the WBC welterweight belt, but lost by split decision. Two judges said Mosley wins at De La Hoya. And De La Hoya beat Canadian Golden Boy Arturo Gatti by TKO. Then he moved up to light middleweight to face Javier Castillo for the linear belt. And he won. He knocked down Castillo easily. De La Hoya would have to fight in 2001 against the WBC #1 challenger Roman Kamsarian, but it was canceled. De La Hoya had to cancel it because of a torn cartilage in his left ribs. All that. However, yeah, he had a 15-month hiatus from fighting and would come back against Fernando Vargas September 2002. De La Hoya's hands were his downfall. But De La Hoya won and stopped Vargas. Vargas did test positive for stanozolol, or the steroid that killed Ben Johnson's gold medal chances in 1988. De La Hoya would face Shane Mosley again in a rematch. But Mosley was given a controversial unanimous decision. And Mosley was connected to the Belco steroids thing. Mosley did say he used Belco drugs, but they were legal supplements. Anyway, he moved up to middleweight and challenged Felix Stern for the WBO middleweight belt. The winner would face Bernard Hopkins. De La Hoya won, becoming the first boxer in history to win titles in 6 different divisions, and there was a lot of controversy over that. De La Hoya feel like he was going to win, but Hopkins KO'd De La Hoya in the 9th round in 2004. So De La Hoya lost. It was amazing. He still got $30 million even though he lost. He took a layoff of 20 months before fighting Ricardo Mayorga, which he did. He got the light middleweight WBC light middleweight title belt. The belt. Anyway, De La Hoya would face Floyd Mayweather Jr. And De La Hoya was an underdog. Unfortunately, Mayweather got the split decision. 2 judges said Mayweather and 1 said De La Hoya. There were rumors that Floyd Mayweather was going to face Oscar De La Hoya in a rematch, but Mayweather decided to retire. So De La Hoya would face Manny Pacquiao. It was actually a 12-round non-title fight for welterweight. Anyway, De La Hoya was knocked out in the 8th round. And he would basically retire and all that. Anyway, his personal life was huge. He was dating an actress and Miss USA 1995, 97. They had their engagement in 98 and then had a daughter, Alania. It wasn't a planned pregnancy. But the relationship ended when Moakler was watching the Latin Grammy Awards and said De La Hoya was escorting another woman to the show. And she basically gave a $62 million alimony against Oscar De La Hoya because he was alcoholic, abusive to her and her daughter, and used them as props to promote his public image. But the case was settled out of court for an undisclosed amount. And De La Hoya had little contact with his daughter, but he gave him financial support. By October 2001, he married someone else, Millie Courager, having 3 children, Oscar, Nina, and Victoria. He has 2 other sons from previous relationships. But De La Hoya and Courager split in 2006. However, they were still referred in the media as husband and wife. So, anyway, De La Hoya was on the front cover of Fight Night Round 3. Video game for the PS3 and Xbox 360. Oscar De La Hoya did a Latin pop album and was nominated for a Grammy. So anyway, he did very well with a bilingual children's picture book in 2006. Oscar De La Hoya has a statue outside the Staples Center. Wow, that's amazing. And he did a lot of things. He was Promoter of the Year by Sports Illustrated for Golden Boys stuff. Anyway, there was controversy about substance abuse and all that, but he passed it. So he had 45 fights, 39 wins, 6 losses. His last match was to Manny Pacquiao in 2008. So he did pretty well. A lot of pay-per-view fights. He was a super featherweight, lightweight, light welterweight, light middleweight, and middleweight champion. Can't beat that. 6 weight divisions. That's hard to maintain. But the greats always do it, and they do it well. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.